Hayes holds her brother Alan close. 16-year-old Alan Radford was one of the 29 people, as well as unborn twins, who were killed in Omagh in August 1998. Claire told the Omagh bomb inquiry about him last year.
There was never an Alan without a Claire or a Claire without an Alan.
While the bomb inquiry set up by the UK government has been hearing evidence, families of those killed also want the Irish government to do more to provide answers to what it could have done to prevent the atrocity through its own inquiry. Yesterday, the Irish government confirmed new legislation will allow former ministers and state bodies to give sworn testimony to the Omagh bomb inquiry in courts in the Republic. Claire Hayes welcomes the move, but it's still not enough for her.
I have absolutely no faith in the Irish government, none whatsoever. And that's from a personal standpoint. There has been too much hurt, too much of we can't touch that, we can't go there. Why can't you go there? What is it that you're sitting on?
On a visit to Belfast yesterday, the Irish Foreign Affairs Minister Helen McEntee said the Irish government would consider if it needs to do more on the Omagh bomb inquiry. Meanwhile, the DUP leader Gavin Robinson has said the Gardaí is not sharing information with the Independent Commission for Reconciliation and Information Recovery, the body set up to investigate legacy cases here. He also says the Irish government needs to do more.
That's a political spat between them and our government. That's not a spat with any victims involved in. The victims are able to go to the Omagh inquiry in Omagh and hear about what UK authorities may or may not have been able to do to prevent the attack. They can understand nothing about what the Irish government could have done to prevent the attack.
Both governments agreed the legacy framework last year to make changes to what is currently in place on legacy, but it has not gone through Westminster yet. And that is what the Irish government appears to be waiting for.
There have been rulings and there's a particular view that this in itself is not ECHR compliant, and so there's obviously work being done to ensure that when we get to a point through the Commission where we are able to and the Gardaí are able to engage, that will be the case.
In a statement, the ICRIR has said it is a matter for both governments to address any outstanding issues around information sharing. The next stage of the government's legacy legislation is expected by the end of the month, and discussions between the two governments are set to continue. Vicky Hawthorne, UTV Live.